Good morning, folks. We finally got an X-class solar flare from those big sunspots. It came as they began to depart the Earth-facing side of the Sun. It created a massive surge. You can see the ejecta leaving the corona and heading out into space. This follows an M8 solar flare from 3 days ago, an M6 2 days ago, and we peaked out at X2 as Friday became Saturday UTC. I would love to fully analyze this CME, but per the usual, there's 9 hours of data missing right when the eruption occurred. FYI, if you ask NASA why this happens with every big CME or sun-diving comet, they will claim it does not happen. This is why you watch every day. Now, we expected the CMEs to begin arriving last night, but it didn't happen, at least not with any significance. The solar wind remains relatively calm in anticipation of the interplanetary shock waves. When we look at the sunspots themselves, it reveals that the X-flare picked apart the primary delta regions. We got less interaction at the lead and smaller umbras behind. We can begin to look to the incoming limb for the next spots, a bit of magnetic complexity already to this growing group and another one cresting the limb now. Took a gamma ray burst last night from Canis Venatici, first one in 7 days. You can easily see the southern coronal hole, but top left you see the next one coming in. That is a positive opening and will be geoeffective by Sunday night. The earthquake uptick is about to begin as an above-average tremor hit Japan this morning. USGS has this listed at 5.9. And yesterday we saw a Caribbean uptick with this very out-of-place tremor where 2 and 3 magnitude range is the norm. Yesterday we took a look at the Pico de Fogo volcano off of Africa, but we've also seen Gamma Llama erupt. This is causing flight problems and injuries to hikers. The death toll is mounting to the west after a landslide with more than 100 people still missing. And let's also note an oil spill in New Zealand that they are scrambling to contain. Solar polar fields update shows a continued positive northern field polarity that represents a potential peak, and after the next trough we might be able to tell if the pole reversal is actually complete or not. A terrific article came out on Mars water. Not as much was lost to space as went underground. Terrific implications for star water as well, and a great read. We've also got the first readings from the most precise CO2 monitor ever launched. Looks like the primary CO2 emissions come from intentional burn-offs of biomass in springtime, dwarfing industrial emissions. That is very unexpected. Of course, it is Saturday, and while suspiciousobservers.org is not yet fully upgraded, the site functionality is there, and we've got fly on the wall today. Chemtrails, prepping, magnetic changes at Earth, and much more on today's show. If you're not yet a member, you can do it at the top of that menu or back at the home page under membership. It's only $3 per month or $20 for a whole year. We greatly appreciate your support and your patience while we upgrade the website. On to the weather, where we still see tremendous flow off the Pacific low to the north. When we turn on the precipitable water overlay, we note how much moisture is driven at the coastline and then due north. Also got a fair bit in the southeast as well. Both areas will have wetter days, but flash flood warnings and a major snowstorm is brewing out west. That is what will come east and make for a hellacious holiday travel time when it does. I've got the wind power overlay on at Europe, where light blue is the fastest wind. To note the flow to Iceland and the major flow onto land to meet that same northern flow coming from Greece. These flows show exactly where the worst weather will be tonight. Down under, you can see the small low in southwest Australia, but when we turn on the pressure overlay, you can see how it hooks up towards Darwin. That's our primary storm watch tonight, especially in the north where they've got more heat. Got the current conditions for you and some spectacular shots of the X-flare to close. It's 6:20 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:20 a.m. Central. That's the news. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.